Will, are you here? Okay, good.
Joyce! What the hell are you doing?
I need to borrow these.
No, you're not going back there.
What is your problem?
Please, stop talking!
No!
Hello, Jason Dean.
Greetings and salutations. You a Heather?
No, I'm a Veronica.
Most of the world knows Winona Ryder as Joyce Byers, the frantic heart of Stranger Things. She's the anxious mother fighting monsters from another dimension. But before she was fighting demogorgons in the Upside Down, she was fighting a very different kind of monster. The kind that wears shoulder pads, uses a red scrunchie as a weapon of mass destruction, and rules the high school cafeteria with a velvet-gloved iron fist. This is the role that didn't just define her career, it defined an entire generation's cynicism. I'm Matt, and I've worked in the UK and movie and entertainment industry for over 35 years. From post-production to press and beyond, I've seen the blockbusters, the flops, and the forgotten gems. But here on Screen One, we focus on the moments that actually built our love for cinema. So if you want more movies that actually matter without the noise, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Today, we're going back to 1989. We're talking about Heathers, the film that took John Hughes' teen movie formula and dragged it into the woods and, well, you know the rest. If you think the 80s was all Don't You Forget About Me and Prom Nights, you are in for a rude awakening, my friend. To understand why Heathers is essential cinema, you have to understand the landscape of 1989. We had spent a decade drowning in sweetness. The teen movie followed a strict code. The geek gets the girl, the jock learns a lesson, and the popular kids are just misunderstood. Heathers took that code and laughed. It asked a simple question. What if the popular kids aren't misunderstood? What if they're actually sociopaths? Winona Ryder's Veronica Sawyer is the perfect vessel for this. She isn't an innocent outsider. She's an insider who hates herself. That is a level of complexity teenage girls weren't allowed to have in movies back then. She's smart, she's articulate, and she's complicit. This performance proved Ryder wasn't just a teen star. She had a darkness to her, a weary intelligence that made you believe she could actually write those diary entries. And then we have to talk about JD. Christian Slater is doing something very specific here. He is channeling pure, unfiltered Jack Nicholson. The drawl, the eyebrows, the danger. But the
You gonna pull a super chug with that?
No, but if you're nice, I'll let you buy me a slushie. I see you know your convenience speak pretty well.
Yeah, well, I've been moved around all my life. Dallas, Baton Rouge, Vegas, Sherwood, Ohio. There's always been a Snappy snack shack. Any town, any time. You can pop a ham and cheese in the microwave and feast on a turbo dog.
brilliance of the film is that JD is the trap. He represents the seductive side of the rebellion. At first, you cheer for him, he's sticking it to the bullies. But then the movie pulls the rug out, and it reveals that blowing up the system doesn't make you a hero, it just makes you a different kind of tyrant. This is where Stranger Things comparison gets interesting. In Stranger Things, the horror is external. In Heathers, the horror is human nature. It's about how easily justice turns into cruelty. We can't talk about this film without talking about the language. Daniel Waters, the screenwriter, didn't write how teenagers actually spoke. He wrote how they wished they spoke. It's Shakespearean, it's stylized. What's your damage? It's F me gently with a chainsaw. These lines shouldn't work. In a lesser movie, they would sound ridiculous. But in the heightened reality of Heathers, they sound like poetry.
Kurt and Ram had nothing to offer the school but date rapes and AIDS jokes.
And to think there was a time when I actually thought you were cool.
It's just Heather. Why can't we talk to different kinds of people?
Fuck me gently with the chainsaw. Do I look like Mother Teresa?
Dear Diary, my teen angst bullshit has a body count.
But the impact of this film goes way beyond just quoting lines. Let's be crystal clear. Without Heathers, there is no Clueless. There is no Mean Girls. Those films took the blueprint that Heathers created, the colour-coded cliques, the queen bees, the high school hierarchy as a war zone, and they polished it. They added gloss. They made it safer for the mall crowds. But make no mistake, Veronica Sawyer walked so Katie Heron could run. Heathers kicked that door open, everyone else just sashayed through it. And then history repeated itself. The weirdest part of the Heather story isn't that it became a cult classic on VHS, it's that it became a global stage phenomenon. In the 2010s, this dark satire about teen suicide was adapted into a high energy musical. And just like the movie did in the 80s, the musical changed the game. Its massive grassroots success proved there was a hunger for this specific brand of sharp, dangerous teen satire in the theatre world. And what happened next? Suddenly the doors flew open for the musical adaptations of, you guessed it, Mean Girls and Clueless. It's the ultimate irony. The film that mocked the artificial ecosystem of high school created a legacy that has dominated pop culture, on screen and on stage, for nearly 40 years. Heathers is essential cinema because it refused to play nice. It knew that growing up is a horror story, and sometimes you have to laugh at the dark. I want to know, did you find this movie in the video store back in the day, or did you discover it through the musical? Let me know in the comments. I'm Matt, this is Screen One, and I'll see you on the next one.